Without delay, let's start the class. To understand countable noun and uncountable noun, think of a package. When you put nouns here in this package, you are putting some nouns here. When you can count those nouns, those are countable nouns, and when you cannot count those nouns, those are uncountable nouns. Suppose you are putting apples in this package, so you are putting phone, you are putting pens, yes, then you can count those nouns. And then again, you are putting water in this package, you are putting information in this package, you are putting a milk in this package. Can you count it? No, there is no way you can count how much water, how many information, how many or how much milk in this package. Then those are uncountable nouns. And when you can count nouns in this package, those are countable nouns, like apple, phone, pen. You put many apples, you can count them one by one. You put phones here, you can count them one by one. But when you put water in this package, you cannot count those waters, you cannot count those information or milk. So that is all. So in this class, our objective is to understand countable nouns, uncountable nouns. There are some of the rules we are gonna cover in this class, and then there is a comparison between countable nouns and uncountable nouns, and lastly we're gonna have a practice round. So nouns, we divide them by countable noun and uncountable noun. So what does it mean? We divide the nouns which we can count them and which we cannot count them. Those are countable nouns and uncountable nouns. When we are using an countable noun, when the noun is singular noun. What is a singular noun? And one noun. One noun. One noun what? One apple or one pen. These are singular noun. When we use singular nouns, we put a or an before that. So an apple, a pen. Instead of one apple or one pen, we use an apple and a pen. Okay, then when we use plural form of countable noun, the noun changes a bit. Like what? One is a singular noun and one or more than one is plural. More than one is plural. Okay. So when we use a singular noun, we simply just write it like this, apple. But when we are using a plural form like 10 apples, we just don't write the apple only, we add as and s, apples. Another example, a orange in a singular form, but when we are using a plural, it's an oranges. 5 oranges. You understand? You get it? Good. Now let's move on to the uncountable noun. When we do uncountable noun, we cannot use a singular form or plural form to it. Like you cannot say 1 water, or you cannot say 10 water. There is no singular form or plural form. Water remains the same, or the noun remains the same both in singular form and plural form. So water remain the same in singular form, water remain the same in plural form. Then you can use oil. Oil is an uncountable noun. You cannot count oil. Okay, so oil remain the same in singular form, oil remain the same in plural form. Okay, then another rules. We use quantity words to understand them. Like to understand how much or how many, how much or how many are there in uncountable noun, we use quantity words. So what are the quantity words? What kind of it? For example, some, much, a plenty of. Okay, so when we express how much or how many noun or water nouns meaning water are there, then we use it like some water. Can you give me some water? Like yes. Much. So there is so much oil, so much oil in the food. Okay, so in uncountable nouns we put quantity words like some, much, plenty. Okay, then there is another rule. We use countable noun to measure uncountable noun. So what is it really? Like suppose you wanna count uncountable noun, right? You wanna count uncountable noun. So how you gonna do that? How you gonna do it? So a glass of water. So now you can count the water, right? So using an measurable word, right? So a glass is defining how many or how much water are there, and this water is uncountable. But now you, with an countable noun or word, you can count them. You can count the uncount noun. Okay, good. This is all about countable and uncountable noun. Now let's have a recap and do a comparison between them. So countable noun can be counted. We can count countable noun. Sorry. We can count countable noun. We cannot count uncountable noun. We have a plural form of countable noun, and we usually don't have plural form to uncountable noun. We use numbers like 5 apple, 10 umbrella. Okay, we use numbers before them, and we use quantity words before uncountable noun. Quantity words: some, much, a little, like that. And we use a or an before countable noun if it is a singular noun, and we use measuring words to measure uncountable noun. Okay, good. Now let's do a practice section. Tell me whether the noun is countable or uncountable. Apple, is it countable or uncountable? Countable. Water, is it countable or uncountable? Uncountable. Now do the rest of it by yourself and comment it. That's all for today. See you in the next class. Thank you.